is a substratum, and we try to live this, and we are happy to share with you on 10th of April we completed 40 years of this work. So it's like, as our Chinmaya Mission family, Puja Gurudev work is like third, fourth generation, how it is going on. Same the chord work is also happening now with the third, fourth generation. That's how it was started. So 1985, so if we have to understand the 40 years of journey in a simple terms, 1985 to 1992 is a one phase. There we did maternal child health. So this building came into existence that time. We trained 120 nurses, multi-purpose health worker for the state health department in 4 batches, 13 each. Right? And all these nurses from the poorest to poor families, poorest to poor, no reference of MPs or MLAs, no recommendations. They were identified from poor families. I mean, few of them used to live in shanties, few of them used to live in pipe holes. From those areas they were identified. They were trained, and impact of that work, you can see their children now, every year. पूज्य गुरुदेव इसको रहने दो ना, उनसे मत भराओ, प्लीज लीव इट. वो घर वाले उनसे we'll just write it now, तुम लिख दो. So he said that this is like the 120 nurses trained in 4 batches, because there was no poor health services. I mean, 40 years back Himachal was also like, few health services were there, nothing much in the community. That's why government wanted to rope in agencies. So we trained them. There, now Puja Gurudev said that my daughter should meet every year. When he used to happen to here in Sidhabari, he used to call my nurses. They used to sing bhajans and all, so give great for there. So all of them, every year they meet. So we have a get together of them. Their family comes, everybody. Now when they started, the impact of that work, I'm just sharing this because impact of that work was their children are like any one of us. They are in the armed forces, they are the Air Force pilot, they are the doctors, they are the engineers. You talk of anything, they are there. Not only that, 2 of these nurses are running their nursing institutes. One nurse is running with her husband, Oxygen Gynae husband, a big hospital. Another is running a nursing institute. 2 nurses are tutor in medical college. So that is the impact of this work. Now, from those batches, nurses started retiring now from the government services. So that's the impact of that work. But this story of CORD, idea of CORD actually was started that time onwards. Because when we used to go to communities, talk to people like, the various measures of the healthcare, maternal child health, people used to close their doors. I mean, it's like, Didi and our earlier team members, they share few stories like whole village was with the scabies. No shower, nobody was taking showers, all people were taken out, they were given shower, put the blue gamma benzene and everything, those kind of, I'm talking those time. Another cadre we train, we call them the traditional birth attendant, midwives. So they are the semi-literate, illiterate women in community, not seen as a very respected kind of job, but we train them how to have a better health care with the hygiene and all, right? So that was around cohort of 40 DIs, we call them, traditional birth attendant. Another we trained a cadre of, we call village health guides, when there was no doctors. Still these people who are 5th or 8th grade, trained as a village health guide, respected as a doctors in their community. Based on the 18 years of work, it was started, and when 2017, Puja Guruji stepped down as an administrative head of Chinmaya Mission, Swami Swarupanand is happened to be the chairman of CORD as well as a global institution. Next. So we started with the health, I have already shared this. Next. This is how we need to address all issues comprehensively. Because when, suppose I am a villager, you are a doctor, you came and I will say to you, my husband is alcoholic. He beats me up, he throws me out of home. What you as a doctor will do? So you need to talk about the many issues of the people. So the comprehensive program involves. Next. So these are the 3 foundations. One is what we call services. There are gaps in services. If healthcare center is there, doctor is not there. If doctor and nurses are there, medicine is not there. So how to actively engage people in the process of service delivery? That's what is missing globally now. We are talking about the sustainable development goal and everything. So services gap. Domestic violence is happening. Women is illiterate. How she is going to write application? How to phrase her problem? Who is the service provider? All those things has to be linked. And self-participatory. Here, how we use the spirit of our Sanatan. Like Rudra Suktam we do for worship of Lord Shiva. So there is a one Anuvak which says Ayame Hasto Bhagavan Ayame Bhagavatara. Right? Bhagavan कहते हैं कि I am your two hands. I am not visible only in temple or somewhere you will see. I am your two hands. So work hard, change your destiny, work for your family, serve society, serve nation, right? Do something good. Or we tell this in people at a lighter note, or keep on begging, make God to beg. Because nowadays the freebies, subsidies, everything. So people think free food is coming, cheaper food is coming, stop agriculture. That's not the way, right? So you have to, it's not that we are trying to do something. You really have to engage people in this whole process. So you really have to fight with people. And self-unfoldment. We call self-unfoldment is a backbone. What Pujya Gurudev's, that substratum attitude of gratitude is a thing with us. So our teams are also doing the self-unfoldment, right? Then few of our teams members have done from SIF, we done the basic Vedanta, advanced Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad courses also formally. And they we conduct a Swadhyayas in the villages, Swadhyay group. That's about what is life, who is God, how you can do better. Those are the small things which you do. But based on wealth and wisdom what Pujya Gurudev gave us in a small text form. So we customize it in a Balvihar also. So we are not having a standard thing as we have Chinmaya Mission as a very standardized thing. But we customize it as per the need. What are the gaps? So we take it from there. So then we notice that if we are able to make people to participate actively in process, they can resolve many issues. Like suppose you go in villages, you ask people, okay, what do you think is your need or what help you require? They will say, oh, we need house building, we need toilet construction, this. They make a list of 20. But when you start asking what you can do yourself, so you will not believe, what we call it a scientific technique as well, participated rural appraisal or rapid rural appraisal, 16 to 18 things they can resolve on their own. They need little bit of motivation, guidance and all. 1 or 2 things you need to pitch in. Because in rural India, one girl born brought up in one village, married in another village. That's what her tradition is. Now, her family will say that, whatever husband you will get or whatever it is, that is your destiny. Now, if she has a problem, she has an alcoholic husband, any issues happening there, where she is going to share? She has no forum to talk. There are no common places for the women in villages where she will talk. If you go in villages and ask women, what do we do? She will say nothing. If you ask her, start analyzing her time, she is the first one to get up and last one to go to sleep. She is doing all household chores, all agriculture, laborer work, everything, unpaid, unrecognized. That's why Swarupananji say our women don't need empowerment. They are powerhouse already. They are doing it, right? But somewhere they also need to get out of this cycle and then kind of, claim it. So we ward-wise we organize, through women we enter to their children, Balvihars, Youth Samu, Youth, Man's Club. Then we work through the Gram Sabha to Gram Sabha. So it is connecting the bottom of the pyramid to the larger ecosystem of the development. That's how we are doing it. Next. And we have, in Kerala we have Domshiri and all programs, right? Self-help groups. So that is a federative model. Ours is not a federative. CORD is not encouraging federative model. NRLM, National Livelihood Mission, has this. That's the unfortunate part. That's why the NRLM's maximum groups are either defunct or not working very well. They are for the group sake. In CORD, we have a women group is a forum for the rural women, talk about all issues of their life. Alcohol, domestic abuse, their participation, women engagement and development, in panchayat, in agriculture, in livelihoods, everything. Sevak is the person who is serving and Sevit is the person who is being served. Right? So the seva has to be done in such a manner so that the sevak becomes sevit. It's not a giver and receiver relationship. I am giving, you are receiving. No. Otherwise it's again boosting my ego, right? So the sevak should become sevit. I should be thankful to the person who is giving me opportunity to serve. And the sevit, the person who is being served, should be transformed to become sevak. It's as simple as that. That's what we learned the seva from Pujya Gurudev's teaching of Vedanta or the wisdom of this. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope you are not bored, but you didn't answer my question. So what you can ask question to Didi. Thank you. Hari Om.
You must have told you are working in now 6 states. huh? And working on various programs. And each program is being deepened in its subject, okay? So you have to ask me question for me to reply. Teachers know a lot of questions. They ask their students a lot of questions. You have another mic? Very good, very good. ये तो हिंदी बोलती है.
अच्छी तरह हिंदी कुछ माइक नहीं चाहिए. आपने बोला कि कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ ले, लेकिन आपका नाम क्या है? ये उसने आपने हमें अच्छी तरह बता दिया वहाँ क्या हो रहा है, क्षमा दीदी ने क्या किया, और नारी की जो शक्ति आपने यहाँ पहचान लिया, इसलिए इतने जो सक्सेस यहाँ.
नारियों के लिए एक बहुत बड़ी तालियां. मैं अपने देश की नारियों को वर्शिप करती हूँ.
हमारे केरल में भी यही बात होनी चाहिए. नारियों की जो बातें सुननी चाहिए, उनको बढ़ावा देनी चाहिए. अगर नारी एक नारी बदल गई तो पूरे फैमिली सोसाइटी तो आपका जो नाम क्षमा दीदी है ना, तो आपने एक समझ लिया. हमारे सारे लड़कियों को मैं क्षमा जो नाम डालना चाहती हूँ.
आपका नाम क्या है? प्रतिभा. एक्चुअली जब मैंने परम पूज्य गुरुदेव को, when I told परम पूज्य गुरुदेव my name first time, he really liked it and he would say it a few times. And then I looked at Adi Shankaracharya's definition for Shama. That's why he said that. It is very, very important way to understand it for our own spiritual development. That if people or anyone or situation hurts you, not physically, also mentally, then even the thought that you have to forgive should not arise. That important is that even before the thought arises of something that you should be able to, with the thought arising, it should die. That is a lot of spiritual advancement for each one of us who are trying to be sadhaks. That's why the name has got importance. That's why I understood why Gurudev would say he liked it. So your name is Pratibha, huh?
मैं अपनी नाम इतना सार्थक नहीं बना पाई हूँ थोड़ा, लेकिन आपने जो नाम को साधना
वो तो गुरुदेव की कृपा है. हमको सब कुछ आपको, you have to live your name. The name is very important in our culture. That's why we can't call people Pinky, Dinky. Because the name is what we are supposed to be. By everyone calling us, they keep reminding us something, no? So, Pratibha, you have to live your name.
कोशिश कर रही हूँ. आपके जो सामने में इतनी छोटी सी का जैसा है, लेकिन मैं बड़ी हो जाऊंगी.
Very good. So, have you understood what she said?
Yes.
Oh, you all understand?
Yes.
Okay.
इनके नाम से कॉड प्रतिभा हमने अवार्ड भी तो देते हैं.
We gave an award called Kod Pratibha. Yeah.
We call Kod Pratibha. Modern of women.
He had a great vision. But he allowed a lot of flexibility, complete flexibility, with his blessings. Therefore, whatever we are doing for rural development, it is coming out very beautifully now with Narendra there as a youngster. As we age, we need new leaders to emerge. So that new ideas come. So his vision is being lived up to a great degree to bring the blessings of our rishis down to the ground at the grassroots to our people in the villages in our country. it is with his blessings that God is growing the way it is growing. Yeah. But I don't want to scream also.
I think it's audible?
Yes. Okay, मेरे आवाज उसकी जैसे बुलंद है, प्रतिभा जैसे. So, I would want you all to visit. यहाँ you cannot understand. It is all in the villages. Most of our work is in the villages. Like today, at least, all over our country, there may be 90 village meetings occurring. At least. In different parts of our country. So, unless you go to the village, you will not understand what and how we perform.
You might have encountered a lot of challenges in your life.
Yes.
Of course, with the blessings of Gurudev, you might have overcome that. But still, could you narrate a obstacle you have encountered and the divine help you got also to tackle that problem?
Okay. See, you need a lot of funding to do this work. You have to keep raising funds. We have to keep raising funds. We have to keep writing proposals. We have to keep competing and all that. So in 1993, Gurudev took Mahasamadhi. And I knew our funding was ending on 31st March 1994. I would not even have one little paisa to run this huge program that we were doing here. I left it to Gurudev. And in the middle of all this trying to raise funds here, Government of India had selected me for an MBA program in UK. I did not want to go because there's so much work here. But when I wrote to Gurudev, he said, you have to go. And that I had to go in December, January, February, March of 93-94. So after Samadhi, I had to go because he said you have to go. I went away. But while I was studying there every day, I was worrying and I was going to various places in UK also to find some help. We had written proposals and I was coming back to India on the 1st of April. 31st March, I don't know where I am. And I have to attend the university classes, everything. Then on 29th March, I'd gone to many places and had not got anything. I left it to Gurudev. Even then, I left it to Gurudev. I get a letter from Canadian International Development Agency, Canada. From 1st April, you are getting this big funding for the program. Please come and see us. See, 29th March, I don't know where I stand. I get 2 days before I get the message that this whole big program by Canadian International Development Agency has been passed. Who got it passed? I was working in the university. Gurudev. So we know, all of us know who are our team members, all of us know. Day to day, he said, keep working. Where Narayan is, through our work, Lakshmi will follow. So we know that. Every time I say sometimes something about some financial thing to Narendra, he says, this is the least problem for us. Gurudev is there. I've told him. So we have to work hard, that's all. Okay? So that was a good question. Thank you, Smita.
My name is Vishaka. You did your PG in pediatrics and urban. And was it easy for you to
to convince your parents that you are giving up that profession and coming to this one? When you get a big treasure, does any one of us have any problem? इतना बड़ा treasure मिल गया, इतना बड़ा treasure. कि Gurudev said you can come. That was the biggest gift in my life ever. So, yes, what you said in the beginning when I went back, my family members and all asked questions, but then when they realized I was so happy. I said, we want you to be happy in life. So be where you want to be. So there was not much. Only questioning and all that. And my friends in pediatrics field, because suddenly I landed up in a big practice in Delhi, one of the biggest in South Delhi. So they thought I had gone crazy. So asked them, they came to ask me and I told them one answer from The Tale of Two Sisters. Have you read David Copperfield's? It's a far, far better place that I go to than I ever been before. It's a far, far better thing that I do than I ever done before. That is my reply to what you said. I think, we all think here that we are so fortunate that we got the blessings of Param Pujya Gurudev, his Vedant, that we can look at life with a very different perspective and be very, very happy. Although challenges, as Smita said, keep coming. There is no shortage of challenges. Okay?
My name is Shivaraj. Shivaraj.
Yes.
Amma, what was your feeling when you were awarded with Padma Shri by Government of India?
That brings me to another story. I knew he had done it. I knew it 100% he had done it. But I did not know, I did not have any evidence of it. That day. Okay, when I got a call from them. Because just the day before they tell you. But then, you know, Swami Ramananda, who was here, used to be known as Paiji. Once I went to see him and he told me, you know what had happened? Very much in the beginning of my work here. I started working here in 1985. In 87, 88, Gurudev wrote to a manager in the ashram, Mr. Sri Tilokinath. He was a lovely person. He wrote to him, he tell the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh to award my Shama for a great work here in Himachal Pradesh. So poor Tilokinath, because it is an order of Gurudev, he must have written to the Chief Minister, but he must have not given any reply. So he wrote back to Gurudev, no reply from the Chief Minister, whatever. Then Gurudev drew a map of India on the side of the letter. Okay, map of India, and with big arrow, never mind, national in the future. Can you see it? So I have no role, I know it. I have absolutely no role in it. So when people ask me, how did you feel? I could only say, okay, Gurudev, you want this work to be known more. That is it. 100% inside I know it. Any questions? Any more? Rather than, I can't be with them all the time. That is one. And when they are very ill or something, I try to be there. But other than that, because I've got received a lot from my family. So I'm full of gratitude to my parents and my brothers and sisters. Okay? That is my greatest challenge. But because I am here with Gurudev, then it is so beautiful being here with him.
Yeah, that what we shared, what she envision is rural prosperity with rural diversity and rural need. That is one. And I think we mostly see the problems of unemployment, people talk of unemployment. I need 15 people in call. I did that. People need job, they don't need work. That's a challenge. So somewhere we need to build up work culture that is not in the community. What we shared as meaning of seva, what we try to practice at Kollam, what by Pujya Gurudev and Didi has taken it.
It's not that they don't receive salaries.
Yeah.
So, please, the future is theirs.
So I think we are very clear in the sense that how we are going to take it up. Right now, we have a team in Chinmaya in Madhya Pradesh. So they are there for the due diligence to go into the new areas. So we are trying to see, government called them, earlier they were known as the backward districts. Now I will not ask question how many districts in country. So backward districts, now since the Prime Minister Modi is there, so he called them the aspirational district. We changed. Aspirational means we have to aspire. It's like we said the last village of country. He said the first village of country. So then the definition changed. We used to say the National TB Control Program. He said the National TB Elimination Program. So strategy change. So everything. I think our country, which is since ancient, as I mentioned that I was doing one program on the sustainable development. The story of the summary of the whole story is people have to work. No one is going to be, we cannot be, human being cannot be a welfare. Human being cannot be a burden. We all are the crest and crown of creation. All human beings has to work, and whatever we work, it is going to contribute to the society. Even in families, when we are 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 members, all five, even if a person with disability is there, person with old age is there, taken care. So why in the country we need the typical welfare kind of, or freebies, or this thing? I think we have to get free country, and it's not ours. America is also worse. Do you know what is the 90% population's annual income in America? 90% population. Can you give some numbers? Almost like $36,000 to $40,000 annually. 90% population. So America is also, then talk of the healthcare and all, it's a worse in many ways. Like it's, carrying the person on the ventilator. In ours culture, what the people say, that even doctors tell that, okay, you take it, serve the person. If the person is lived the age and very, this thing. So we have Didi can share examples when she had been there in Rome with the people where she was invited to palliative care. Kerala is a place from where the palliative care things were started, right? So in our culture, I think we need to revisit, we need to rework, and we need to relive. And it's not us, it's all human, I will say the population, and what we need to accept what we call the coexistence. We are the one of the species of the whole creation. I think we are not the only species. COVID has shown us very well that when we were inside, whole world was happy. So who need to change? We need to change. That's what my learning from this. And the CORD is trying to do that at the grassroots level, where all of us want that change to happen. That is working very well. But as I mentioned, Swami Vivekananda ji didn't get 100. But if we get 2,72,000, so we can have one manager giving 8 to 10 years of life. Not a much deal. And they will be taken care of. They will be paid comparatively very well. And in CORD also, when we take people, we pay reasonably well in the whole non-profit sector in India. So it is just seva with no money. Money will also come. And as Didi said, we do competitive grant in aid. We are partnered with the government in many of their projects to do the good work on the ground instead of. So I think that's what we have to take. All of us has to be, it's like my two hands has to generate something, do something. Not the generative AI playing on it, but generating something, generating wealth, generating prosperity, generating culture, doing good. I think that's what I please add. So this is a surprise.
Adina.
Adinath. Adinath.
God has faced the greatest problem, but it got resolved at once. Till Adinath did not ask me a question. And it is resolved at once. Okay? So, our problem is, like Gurudev said, that if you have taken birth, we will face problems. Life is a series of challenges. What is it?
Life is a series of challenges.
It's a series of challenges we have to face every moment in our life. So, if that is so, we have to build our mind and intellect, because it's through the mind we respond to the world and react to the world. So we have to make our mind very subtle, very pure, with lot of strength, with lot of vivek. You know vivek? Discrimination. Okay, to discriminate between what is important and what is not important. That is a very simple thing for me to tell you now when you are little. What is relevant and not irrelevant, okay?
Video game is relevant or study is relevant? What is relevant?
Studies.
Study is relevant. Are you sure?
Yes.
So we have to develop vivek and little detachment also. So when there is a problem, you have to stand outside yourself, your mind, and you have to see how to face it. Okay? You have to not react at once. You have to become more responsive. So life ko to challenges to आएगा बहुत आएगा. Lots of challenges in life. ठीक है? So when you ask me the greatest challenge you faced, there may be many. You should ask me, how many times did you fail?
How many times did you fail?
Many times. So every time you fail, you have to realize that you have to bounce back. Got it? You got it? Good.
Hariom. Amma, like in this group, most of them are teachers. And at present in Kerala also the trend is that youngsters they want to serve also. Now they are coming to that. But what is lacking is proper guidance is not there. Proper guidance is not there, which field, how to find out. They wanted to serve Amma. Okay. Like in that perspective, Amma, how code can or how we can connect, because most of these teachers they are directly in touch with youngsters also, and especially I really feel and believe that like when we implant that attitude of seva from 8th standard onwards or 7th standard onwards, when they come out, especially after 12th, if code can give a platform or a venue for them, at least like an internship or something. Okay, so how everyone can communicate this thing to their students, and how we, in what way we can contribute to code also, that if we get a yeah.
Thank you, Swami. That's my favorite question. So, I think as a teacher, and I think yesterday I was having a discussion with Didi, that if you do the analysis, especially in the primary and middle school education, I think maximum women are teachers. Women has that mother and nurturing kind of thing. So I said that why still we are not getting people to serve? We need many more people. So I think to begin with that, even Swamitranji also was, in fact I was going to reach out to you for that. We had a meeting. So from schools, nowadays we have technologies. So if in any classes, we can organize a small orientation on code. That is one. Even I am getting MSW colleges from Kerala. Students are coming for internship. 1 week, 4 weeks, they are coming here. from post-graduation level and all. But I think our Chinmaya Vidyalayas and in Kerala, that's great too. I mean, that we are inculcating that right from beginning. So children can come here, like from COD USA come high schoolers. They come here for 2 weeks. I mean, that can be planned in it can be a part of the curriculum or how to bring them here. So it is this part of the world. They can come and serve in community as well. We have diverse program. They wanted to learn microcredit. They wanted to work with the women group. They wanted to work with the children groups in community, right? They wanted to work with the children with disability in community. So all different types of program can be designed as per their ability. It may be from 1 day or it may be for 1 year or 1 month. We can design program or 1 week. So first to begin with, I think in our Vidyalayas, if we get some space where we can have a chord orientation, because physically it's very difficult for us to also to go everywhere. But I think online mode we can do that. To start with a small, maybe 15 minutes presentation, 10 minutes presentation, what chord is in children format. We designed it. We designed it for the academician also. We designed it for the researcher. We designed it for the children. I mean, it's like children in the community. I was talking about we need to have a rural prosperity with rural diversity in rural ways. We need not to convert rural into urban, right? So we are so we have to introduce our children also that they have to go to Gram Sabha. Their mothers are attending Mahila Mandals. What they are doing there? They are doing the microcredit. They are doing the livelihood. They are the entrepreneurs. So small models. One example I will just like to share. Like for my son, I wanted to introduce him that 20 rupees ka chips ka packet is 20 rupees. But he will not understand the economics. But to teach him economics, I will give him 20 rupees packet and I will ask him to go and interview the 5 farmers of 3 farmers who was growing potatoes. So he learned what is the cultivation cost of potato is 11 rupees and per kg and selling price is 10 rupees. So he ultimately understood farmers are as a losing side. But Pepsi sells 1 chips packet, how much potatoes is there? 20 rupees. That's a market dynamics. So these can be small kind of projects we dwell with the children for learning. So there are many spaces where we can do that. To begin with, I think if you can help us in terms of figuring out Vidyalayas which are ready to have a half an hour presentation of 50 minutes, online presentation, what should we can do? We can start with that. And then we can give a call to them. And not necessarily in Himachal they need to come. We can take them to Tamil Nadu also. In Odisha part as well, different other parts as well we can design that.